What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is New England Gauntlet, and folks, this is the Monday Night Football After Dark show. Yeah, we got a little AFC West division rivalry tonight between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes, especially since it's like a division rivalry, but. Yeah, we will see what happens. So, if you're new to this channel, please feel free to leave a like, hit that subscribe button down below. If you're over 30, we're on the road to 400 subscribers, and also feel free to let me know in the chat or in the comments down below who you guys got winning this game and your score predictions. Yeah, and without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the simulation. So let's do this.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. And off we go from Las Vegas. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet. They think 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. The playbook is wide open for an offense partner.
Nice job. Hold them to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Minshew. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. give up the middle to Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second and 7. Herbert now. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First down, Justin Herbert. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question a fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
2nd and 10. Running left is Edwards. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here.
Come on, why does it always do that? Every time.
It's good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Minshew. This goes out wide from Madison. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. "42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here with Dobbins. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top. Take it.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big gain of 31 on third down. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been fourth down.
Exactly.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Again, it's Edwards. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8. Here's Herbert. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Dobbins will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to throw it, Minshew. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2. Off play action, it's Minshew. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Another carry now for Madison. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 3rd and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Play action. It's Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here's a 2nd and 5. They go with Edwards left side. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Madison running left. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
3rd and 9 here. Minshew sets to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, Herbert. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Donald Parham from 6 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time.
I
think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bowers. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's caught by Myers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've got their share of struggles at key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Madison will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Well, this has not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Edwards here to begin the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. Pass complete to Palmer. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
So people been playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. That's completed right side to Palmer. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Palmer from 19 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Hopefully this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point try now from Dicker. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Minshew, 1st and 10. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Open man right side, Myers. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Minshew. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. DJ Turner from 6 yards away. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you? Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Carlson down to have the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. On first down now. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now it's Herbert. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down and a yard. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Justin Herbert into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But Charles, he was so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 38. Now Minshew. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give to Madison. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Tuli Tuipulotu, he got in there and met him behind the line of scrimmage.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Running lanes ran a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by Tucker. 7 yards there and a first down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It'll be Minshew again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll throw from the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But it showed they had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. Malcolm Kuntz there on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. He'll let this go for Adams. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Oh, that is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw. Open man is Tucker. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Herbert now. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for L.A. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Chargers getting set to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there for number 15.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Herbert throwing again. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers, 58 yards. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard. The tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Third down and 1. Here's Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merrick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They got to go back out there and play.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 25, here's 2nd down at 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. He hit his first, this one from 38. Carlson able to put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
This crowd alive again. Some were headed for the exits, but a 4th quarter comeback has tied things up as the kick is away here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd and 6. They run once more with Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they go to Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 3rd and 3. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. To the right side, this is Edwards. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Edwards. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2nd down and 8. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now it's Herbert. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Minshew, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bowers. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Minshew. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
A lot of times, just that first read that you have, maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second and 10. Herbert off of play action. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To the air again, Herbert. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. goes right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Now Minshew. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here now, third down. Looking to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive will start with an option going left. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now a handoff, Edwards. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Again, it's Edwards. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Herbert running left off the option. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited till the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Las Vegas.
Alright. Another fun game here tonight in Las Vegas. And now we're going to look at the stats real quick. So Justin Herbert went 38 for 48 with 335 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And his longest pass of the night was from 31 yards. And Gardner Minshew II had 29 went 29 for 42 with 340 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And its longest pass of the night was from 58 yards. Alexander Madison had 13 rushing attempts for 18 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the night was from 6 yards. And J.K. Dobbins had 17 rushing attempts for 52 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the night was from 13 yards. DJ Turner II had a catch for 6 yards and a touchdown. Joshua Palmer had 3 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 19 yards. Jacoby Myers had 4 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 58 yards. And Donald Parham Jr. had 10 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 14 yards. For blocking, Jamari Sawyer allowed a sack. Andre James allowed a sack. Dyer Munford Jr. allowed a sack. Bradley Bozeman allowed a sack. And Colton Miller allowed 2 sacks. Khalil Mack had 2 sacks. Joey Bosa had a sack. Morgan Fox had a sack. Christian Wilkins had a sack. And Max Crosby had a sack. For kicking, Karen Dicker, the kicker, made 4 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 49 yards. And Daniel Carlson made 2 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 45 yards. For punting, AJ Cole had 5 punts for 228 yards, and his longest punt of the night was from 51 yards. And J.K. Scott had 3 punts for 122 yards, and his longest punt of the night was from 57 yards. And for kick returns, Darius Davis had 6 returns for 147 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 30 yards. And Amir Abdullah had 7 returns for 165 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 28 yards. And for punt returns, Darius Davis had 4 returns for 25 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 13 yards. And Trey Tucker had 1 return for no yards. And that is all the stats from this game, as the Los Angeles Chargers win a thriller in Las Vegas tonight, defeating the Las Vegas Raiders 33-27. So cap off Monday night's slates of very interesting games, to say the least. Alright. And that is pretty much all she wrote for this one. So thank you guys so much for returning to this video. If you guys made it to this video, make sure you guys leave a like, hit that subscribe button down below if you're interested. Road to 400 subscribers, and I'll see you guys on Thursday night for Thursday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning to this video. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and until then, have a great rest of the night. And as always, this is New England Gauntlet, and have a great night. Stay awesome. Good night, guys.